In today's video, as part of my series on launching a product from start to finish on Amazon, I will show you how I was able to find 8 potential products and walk you through the exact steps that you can take to do the same. Keep watching. So let's jump right into this video. As I mentioned in the introduction, I was able to find 8, but just going through my spreadsheet that I use to track, it's actually closer to 10 products that I found. And so the whole purpose of this video is to give you sort of an over-the-shoulder look at the techniques that I use to find these products and show you how I use the tools that I use and how I use those tools to easily and quickly find all these products. And then after finding these products, how did I go about validating that these were good products to get into, so that I can decide, which of those products, if any or all, that I can move forward with sourcing and eventually launching on Amazon. So here's my spreadsheet, and as you can see here, I've highlighted each of these green lines are different products, and there's some tracking information in terms of sales volume each day, but I'll get into that a little bit later. First thing I want to show you is the tool that I used to find these products, and this tool is ViraLaunch's product discovery tool. Really, it's a must-have if you want to, when you're doing your product research. It's one of the best tools out there right now that I can see, and the fact that I was able to find close to 10 products in really one night of sitting down with this tool is really a testament to how good this product research tool is. And so I went to, I started using this tool, and the exact steps I did, very similar to this, not the same, not necessarily the same filters, but essentially I did a keyword search and I limited the category to just one category. So going into this product research session, I had an idea of which niche or category I wanted to get into, and so I kind of limited my search to just that category. The other thing I did was to add some filters, and so the minimum that I set was 5,000 in terms of monthly revenue. For the price, it wasn't 24. I think I set it to about $15 or $14 and some obscure number of cents, up to about $50. And the other thing I set was the maximum average review count, which I did set to 70, because I don't want to get into a market that is too competitive. I'm more going for the lower barrier to entry products that are really not on everybody's radar. The other thing was profit margin. And the reason I set it to 50 is because, especially if you're sourcing a product that sells for close to the $15 range, you want to give yourself some wiggle room, because what if from the moment you found this product to actually launching it on Amazon, what if a lot of other competitors suddenly come in, and so all of a sudden this market is really saturated, and there's a price war where people are just racing to the bottom, lowering their prices. Or if PPC gets to become too expensive, then that will eat out your profit margin. And so if you give yourself some wiggle room in terms of the profit margin, that's one of the, I guess, the check boxes that you should be checking on your list when doing your product research and sourcing. So I set it to 50% and just hit view with filter results, and I would get something like this. And there are 2 columns that I pay attention to right off the bat, and one of them is the average reviews, because as I said, even though I set the max average review count to 70, I'm looking for products that even have lower review counts than that. And so something like a 45 here would catch my eyes, or even this one, 64, which is not too bad. I mean, anything under 100 is really attainable for you to get into that market and to really do well and crush it there. So for example, one thing I should point out is with the viral launch product discovery tool, they tell you, they warn you which products are, or which products or keywords are popular. You know, this warning here tells you that there are other users of this product or of this tool, product discovery tool, that are also finding this same product, the same keyword, the same result. And so you have to be mindful and wary of this fact when deciding to source a product that might be, you know, might be getting saturated. So for this this result, you can look at it. It's a really good product at first glance because you know, the reviews are kind of low and the price is good. And the other main thing that I should have mentioned earlier that I look at, the main column I look at, is the average sales. Because when you're doing your research, you need to have in your mind, you know, what sort of market do I want to get into? Do I want to get into an ultra competitive market that has high demand, where, you know, the sales per month is over 1,000, or do you want to get into a market where the sales are moderate, like, you know, 600 or 500? Because 600 means that you're selling 20 units per day, and that's pretty good. So, you know, that's the approach I'm taking right now in launching products. I'm getting into products that, you know, are selling, you know, between 10 and 20 a day, not necessarily a huge home run in terms of demand and sales per day, but if I can get, you know, 5 to 10 of those products that are doing 10 to 20 sales per day, then that adds up really well. So that's the approach I'm taking. And then what I would do is I would view the market intelligence data on this product. So that's the next thing that I would do. Look at the market intelligence data here. So open this link. And the other thing I would look at too is this results on Amazon. By clicking on this link, I would see the search results on Amazon, which kind of gives you, you know, a look into the landscape of this market. You know, who are the sellers on this page? How do their listings look? Can I come in and differentiate myself if I were to source this product? So while this market intelligence loads, so right away you can see that Viral Launch is saying to us that this is a really good product to come into. It's 5 stars, and according to them, it is a home run, or it looks like a home run. Why? Because you only need 6 to 40 reviews to sell well, and you can do up to 4,000 sales per month, and the sales pattern is typical. So everything is looking good so far. The market trends also look wonderful, look great. The average price trend is really stable, so there's no price war going on here, and the sales trend is ticking up over time. So it doesn't look like this product is going to die anytime soon. And if we look at the overall landscape on page 1, you can see in terms of reviews, there are a couple big players here, but everybody else is kind of moderate in terms of the review counts. And one thing I love to look at that gives me really a nice snapshot of what's going on page 1 is this detailed statistics. Because if you make it on page 1 for this product, you can expect to sell over 600 units per month. And you only need 44 reviews to really sell well, or really be on page 1. So you know, I'm not sourcing this product because I'm showing it on video, but if I was really looking into sourcing, this would be a great product to get into, providing that everything else looks good and falls into place. And by everything else, I mean, like, you know, is it patented, trademarked, or is it a restricted product? You know, is the market cannibalized by one seller, which is not. So, you know, this looks like a great product to get into. So once I look at this, I see, oh, this is a good product to get into. What I would do is next validate the search volume, right? Do some more validation in terms of the volume or the demand for this product. And one way to do that is by looking at the search volume data. Now, before Varlaunch released their keyword research tool, I was using Merchant Words, which kind of provides Google data. But Varlaunch, I'm not sure if they take into account Google data as well, but according to them, they use Amazon's data, right? Amazon search data, which is more applicable to what we're doing because we are looking to sell on Amazon. And so Varlaunch actually shows the search volume right in the market intelligence tool as well. So that's really, really nice integration of all their products that really speed up and make doing this sort of product research really a breeze. So now I don't have to be skipping back and forth between tools. I can get the information right here, all inside of Varlaunch's various tools. So once I have validated the product as being a good one to get into in terms of the market and profitability, the next thing I'll do is really look at Amazon and see what the landscape is for that search term. So here, cash register paper, we see, it's not a sexy product at all. So right away you can see that for if you were to get into a product like this, you can really differentiate yourself in terms of the images, because these are really, really boring images. I mean, it's a boring product, but you can certainly make the listing look a whole lot better. So I just really looking here, maybe look at a couple and see what the landscape looks like for this particular product. So again, not great images. I mean, there's a ton of ways you could really make a listing like this, as unsexy as it is, to make it look a whole lot better. So once I have done that, I come to my spreadsheet, I keep track of it, add it here, I add the search volume, and maybe a link to a couple of the products, because the next thing that I will do is I'll immediately start tracking the sales volume. Now remember, the products on the market, Varlaunch, their market intelligence tool doesn't give you the sales volume. The BSR is there, and you can estimate sales based on that BSR. But now you need to verify the sales, the actual sales for each of these products, and that's the only way and the most accurate way that you can know how many sales a particular product is getting each day. And so what I do is I add consecutive days here, maybe a week, and I go on and I do the 999 tracking thing and get their current inventory level. And then the next day I'll come back again and I'll check to see what their current inventory level is, and I'll probably do a video on how to do this 999 tracking thing and do it effectively. But that's essentially what I did here. And so for this product, it shows that, it's getting 8 and 7, 15 sales that first day, then it got 12, then it probably went back in stock or restocked, then the next day it did 6, next day it did 4, so not too hot. But again, remember, these are, at least the ones that I've found so far, are not really great high demand product. They are moderate demand, which I can live with, because that's my goal right now, to go into not too competitive of a market and not too high of a volume market. I want to sneak it under the radar and go into these products that have lower barrier to entry. And so I did this for maybe the 8 or 10 products that I found, and as you can see, some of them are selling really, really well. Like this one, that's over 20. This one's about 30 the next day, and there's another one that was going bonkers, really. Let me see if I can find that one. And there's this one doing about 30 as well. Let's see, there's... Okay, this one. So this one was doing about 100 or close to 100 each day. So it was really phenomenal. So really, And so after tracking for a few days, that's how I know that, hey, this product is valid. You know, I have verified that the sales match my expectations. And so the next step for me after tracking is to then go and start finding suppliers and kind of looking at the prices, the possible prices that I can source this product at, and what my possible profit margins will be. But you know, yeah, there you have it. You know, it's not too complicated. You know, the tools that I use make it so easy to find these products. And you know, a bit of the hard work involves tracking these things for yourself, and then after you you know, you have validated your sales volume, now it's time to go and source. And there are some of the products I was only able to track maybe some of the keywords or products for those keywords. I was only able to track probably one of them, because most of the other sellers have set max order quantities. But even then, I was able to use the one product that I was able to track and estimate what their sales volume is. You know, whether it's a whole lot more or it's just a little bit more than the ones that I was able to actually to test. So so there you have it. You know, the tools again are very important because it buys you time, right? It gives you speed in terms of finding these products. And now that Launch has come out with their not product discovery, but their keyword search tool, now you can also look at the search volume and right off the bat know whether or not the search volume is there, whether or not the demand is there. Now, of course, you can gauge demand based on the amount of sales that they estimate each month based off BSR as well. But the keyword search volume also gives you another litmus test that you can use to gauge that volume. Now that you know the basics of product research, the techniques that you can use, and the tools that help speed up this process, now it's time for you to go and find your own profitable products. I've also put together a free ebook about the 5 core essentials of finding profitable products on Amazon. The link is in the description below, so you can go and download that free ebook as well. Don't forget to subscribe, because I'll be releasing new videos in this series as I walk through each of the steps from start to finish in launching a product on Amazon. Thanks for watching this video, and again, like, subscribe, leave a comment or any questions that you may have in the comment sections below, and I'll see you in the next video.